The next speaker is Emily Scaysbrook.
This proposed congestion charge mirrors the original traffic filter scheme in nearly every detail. The move from a fine to a charge is neither here nor there and amounts to a willful attempt to push through traffic filters with the semantic sleight of hand. Congestion is not uniformly excessive across Oxford. It predominantly arises during peak school run and commuting hours in term time in very particular areas. Why then does the council refuse to consider a more nuanced approach that addresses the issues that exist in those areas at those times? The positions of these traffic filter cameras does nothing to address the issues in these areas. You could introduce shuttle buses for shift workers, for the JR and for the BMW plant. You could fully subsidise park and ride services. Dare I say it, you could remove or modify the most damaging LTNs, making key East Oxford roads one way instead. The Oxford Bus Company's managing director, Luke Marion, who's here today, has himself acknowledged that the LTNs in East Oxford have, and I quote, slowed bus journey times and created traffic jams during peak hours that previously did not exist. This regressive scheme is not the solution. It disproportionately penalises the city and county's lowest income residents, severely and unfairly restricting their mobility, and imposes additional financial burdens during an ongoing cost of living crisis. It is elitist and has been designed and endorsed by those insulated from its impacts. This is not just a failure of policy, it is a failure of empathy, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. As Liberal Democrats, fairness, equality and support for vulnerable groups are meant to be central to your values, so I respectfully ask you to reflect on whether this policy aligns with those principles. The extremity of this congestion charge scheme and that of the traffic filters lacks rational justification. It is not reasonable and explicitly contravenes your statutory duties under the Traffic Management Act 2004 to ensure efficient and expeditious traffic movement and to mitigate adverse impacts on local communities. Given the evident design flaws and the significant potential for disproportionate harm, there is scant evidence that the Council has conducted adequate due diligence in this regard. Choosing to ignore these profound legal and ethical concerns leaves the Council vulnerable to judicial review, a step that various resident and business groups, including my own, are fully prepared to pursue vigorously if need be. I strongly urge the Council to abandon the scheme, or we'll see you in court.
Thank you very much.